Imagine you just arrived home from a hard day's work. You're sitting on your back deck, unwinding, looking over the third green of House and Lake Country Club, a small portion of the lake, and the 40-foot-long bridge that crosses that lake. Out of the corner of your eye, you catch a man on a mountain bike racing down the steep hill, quickly approaching the bridge. You don't want to watch, but your desire to see what happens next is in control. The man hits the bridge, jumps several feet in the air, and lands about 20 feet onto the bridge. In the blink of an eye, you see the man flying through the air yet again. But this time, the bicycle is going in a different direction. You watch in horror as the man hits the concrete cart path head first, bounces, and then hits it again face first, before coming to rest in some shrubs just off the path. Now, while this man was not smart enough to not attempt such a foolish or stupid stunt, he was smart enough to wear a helmet when riding his bicycle. Now today, I'm going to show you through facts and statistics that wearing a helmet when riding a bicycle should be mandatory for all ages. Let's take a look at some facts provided to us by the Center for Disease and Control and Prevention. There are over 66 million riders in America today. Of those 66 million riders, it's amazing that only 15% of all children riders wear a helmet, and only 19% of all adults wear a helmet. Now, there are over 600,000 cyclists treated annually due to bicycling accidents. The use of a helmet will reduce head trauma by over 80% in all cycling accidents. Cost associated annually due to head trauma alone is in excess of $3 billion. Now, I have 4 riders in my family, and we all use helmets when riding. Let's look at some statistics that affect children. Now, according to the Children's Safety Network, studies show that there are 340,000 child riders that are treated annually due to injury from cycling accidents. Now, 8,000 children annually are either admitted overnight or for longer stays in the hospital due to head trauma alone and lack of helmet use. Now, children less than 16 years of age accounted for 10% of all head trauma fatalities in the year 2011. Annually, there are between 190 to 200 deaths due to head trauma from bicyclists, children bicyclists that is, that do not wear a helmet. It's sad to think that we have that many children dying annually from head trauma associated with bicycling accidents. Bicycling should be fun, and it can be fun if wearing a helmet. Let's look at some statistics about adults. Now, according to the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration, the average age of an adult suffering head trauma is 32 years of age. The average age of an adult that dies due to head trauma from lack of helmet use when riding a bicycle is 43 years of age. That study also shows that young adults up to age 20 suffer the most injuries due to head trauma from bicycling without a helmet. That study also shows that between ages 45 and 54, this age group suffers the most fatalities due to head trauma and lack of helmet use when riding a bicycle. Now, as you can see, the adult rider is not immune from head trauma. Just because you're older doesn't mean you're wiser, obviously. Now today, I've given you enough statistics and facts that should make everybody want to vote to make helmets mandatory for all ages. Why not? It shows safety. We've talked about American riding statistics. We've talked about childhood death and injury due to head trauma. And then we looked at some adult statistics as well. Now, I was the individual at the beginning of the story that tried to jump the bridge. Not my brightest day. I ended up with a broken right wrist, a broken right elbow, several facial lacerations. My legs looked like they'd been run through a cheese grate and had severe road rash. I was bruised about several places. I had a severe concussion that took me approximately 7 or 8 days to get over. And then I actually herniated a disc in my neck that caused for plates and screws to have to be inserted in my neck to repair the disc. I have lifelong injuries that I will forever have to put up with due to loss of feeling in my arm and hand on my left side due to this injury. The one thing I can say is that my helmet, the outer shell remained intact as well as the inner shell. It did its job in absorbing the impact. It kept my skull from being cracked wide open and having a serious head trauma. In short, my helmet saved my life. Thank you. Have a good day.